What if I told you your church is missing a huge opportunity to strengthen its worship ministries and the worship ministries of others, and you don't even have to hire anyone new? What? What's the answer to that, Jimmy? Well, let me tell you, it's starting a worship internship. And if you don't think you need a worship internship, let me tell you something. You're either already missing the boat or you're sitting on a gold mine of opportunity that God has given you. So in this video, I'm going to convince you why you need an internship, show you it's not as hard as you think it's going to be, and share with you a resource that you could get started this week. So let me convince you that you need an internship. And you might be thinking, Jimmy, why do we need an internship? Well, the first reason is because the church in general needs it. The local church needs more worship leaders who are not only able to play songs, who are skilled at their instrument and singing and leading in music, who not only can lead a team and grow a team well and resource them well, but also be biblically, theologically trained and know how to shepherd people. That is a tall order, and people don't just wake up knowing how to do all those things. If that's not enough, your church needs it. Your church needs more equipped worship leaders because you're not going to be there forever. And you might object and say, no, we're good where we're at. And I would say, no, you're not. One day you're going to die. But sooner than that, there are other ministries in your area that need help. And you could become a hub for sending out worship leaders and skilled musicians all over your area. And then I also heard this, I saw it written somewhere, but it said that you are smart if you read, but you are more smart if you teach people. So the concept is true for worship ministry as well. We can know what we're doing and we can do it week in and week out. But when you step into a role where you are pouring into people and you are teaching people how to do what you're doing, it elevates you as a person as well. So your skill begins to rise. You become more knowledgeable at your craft and what you're doing. And when we think about what we're doing, we are leading people to communicate, to have a relationship with their God through song. That's an amazing opportunity, and we don't need to take it lightly. So now let's talk about how hard it would be to start a worship internship. Isn't that a difficult task? Well, it's actually not as hard as you think it would be. Think about this. At the end of the day, all we are really called to do is just pour into people who don't know the things that we know. You take your experience, everything you've learned, everything you do, and teach it to someone who doesn't know those things. So on this journey of growing as a worship leader, you are just pouring in to those who are just behind you on the same road that you are. You don't have to fall in the trap of thinking that you have to be an expert in order to be qualified to teach other people. And here's one of the biggest misunderstandings in the church is that worship ministry is just merely leading songs. Now, at the end of the day, yes, that is one of the main things we do, but there's so much more than that. There's so much more that sometimes people don't even know what they don't know. They don't know the questions to ask. They don't even know where they need to grow next. And that's where you come in. Now, I can hear you saying, Jimmy, this sounds like a noble task. Sounds like a great thing to do, but I just don't have the capacity to add it to my schedule right now. I don't have what it takes. I don't feel like I should be doing this. And I would push back a little bit and say, at its core, this is just discipleship, and it's specific discipleship on how we grow those who are supposed to lead in the church. 2 Timothy 2:2 says, and what you have heard from me, this is Paul talking to Timothy, in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to faithful men, doesn't stop there, who will be able to teach others also. So there's this, you see multiple generations. Somebody taught Paul. Paul is telling Timothy. Timothy is supposed to tell other men who teach other men. There's like 5 people in this verse right here. So we, no matter what stage we're at, we're supposed to be pouring into people. I've already shared the need. We need people who are theologically trained, who can think not only just about picking out songs, but think like a pastor, think how to shepherd people through set lists. And then once we've done that, there's the whole other aspect of like the admin side of worship ministry, where us creatives tend to struggle a little bit, where we are trying to resource people well and schedule them well and grow our teams. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that people, like I said, don't just wake up knowing. I think this is an endeavor you should take seriously and consider doing at your church. All right, now you might be thinking, Jimmy, I'm on board. I'm intrigued. I think I should give this a go, but what resources are out there that would help me? Well, I'm glad you asked, and this reason I'm making this video is because I have developed the done-for-you worship internship. See, at my church, I've been pouring into people for years. I've just celebrated 8 years, sent out at least 5, maybe more than that, worship leaders who are on staff at churches right now, leading worship, others who are just in ministry in general, who've come through the worship internship. It's been a kind of informal, me just putting to practice what I'm telling you, just passing along information. In the last couple years, I decided to take all that knowledge and put it into an internship, and I've been using it at my church, and I think it's valuable. Now, shameless plug, I know it's me promoting this, but I'm only sharing it with you because I think this would benefit those of you who want to take this seriously and make this next jump. So what is it? Well, it's the worship internship, the done for you plug and play system that is completely bundled up. I could hand it to you so you could get started this week if you wanted to. If you could think of one person that you want to start pouring into, you could do this right now in an official way. I developed this internship not to be a heavy thing. You might be thinking, what's an internship? It's not like a residency. At our church, we have a residency that's a little heavier. They may even get paid. An internship is more of just a more official mentorship, where this is what it looks like at our church, and this is what it looks like in the Done For You Worship Internship. Once a week, we gather. It's usually the day that we do rehearsals. I give them a video to watch, give them a chapter to read out of the book, and then we get together to discuss it. The worship internship does all that for you. It gives you done for you, customizable templates for schedules. So you could make this a summer internship, like a 12-week internship. You could do a semester long, or there's even like a year-long plan in there for you. And it's a downloadable template with everything you need. When to meet, what times we're meeting, what we're watching, what we're reading, and discussion questions, all done for you. At the core of it is my course called the Worship Ministry Blueprint. Everyone gets their own login on an app. They get to watch their videos from any device where there's an internet connection. You read, discuss, and then they shadow you doing the things that you're learning about. How to run an audition, how to run a rehearsal, how to think about a call to worship and a benediction, how to put a service together, how to tell people that they are not good enough to be on your team in a pastoral kind way, how to make sure you're not saying heresy from stage when you're speaking in between songs, how to plan biblical set lists that are engaging and make people want to join in song. There are even videos in there to share with like the rest of your team who aren't in the internship. Workshops. I put together workshops for all the instruments so that you could watch the video with your team and then begin to grow them and start creating this culture of training. That's one of the biggest things, is that when ministries aren't used to learning, then it's hard to teach people, but you can start steering the ship. Now, there's even videos in there about how to change worship culture, how to establish your core values. All that stuff is in there. I want you to take a look at it. You can click the link down below and read about it. Right now, I just went to a conference called the Pillar Worship Conference, and I made it cheaper for them. And so I'm going to give you that same price right now. You can go look on it, go look at it. Click the link below, go check out the price. You pretty much pay for how many interns you have. So let's say you're a facilitator, that's one account, and one intern, that's 2 accounts. That's like the lowest tier, and it goes up from there. If you need a customizable plan, I can help you out with that too. I want you to let me know your questions if you have them. I think this is a great way for you not only grow as a worship leader, not only grow other worship leaders, but begin to make a pipeline of developing future worship leaders. And we need this. The church needs it. All right, go check it out. I'll see you in there.